Let's say, for the right price, would you be willing to spend the night alone in a Hmong funeral home? These are the types of hypothetical questions that my siblings and I discuss all the time. It really got me thinking like how cool or crazy it would be if there was a Hmong ghost hunting channel where the crew would go and just like investigate these haunted places that are well known to Hmong people. I would guarantee watch every video. So like, hint hint, if any of y'all are brave enough, please start one. Just kidding, but say if this were to come true though, what are some of the most haunted places that you know of and that you think should be investigated? Let me know in the comments section below. Alright, enough from me. Let's get into the story. My name is Ching. In high school, I didn't have a lot of friends. My friend group only consisted of 2 Hmong guys, Guy and John. Guy had a girlfriend called June, and she was always tagging along, so that made the 4 of us. John was the most assertive one of the group. He made most of the decisions, and the rest of us just sort of went along with them. A lot of the Hmong kids at school that knew of us, they called us Lilyale. We weren't bad kids. We were not in gangs and we did not do drugs. We just weren't that studious and we would school a lot to go hang out. John was the more privileged one of us all. His parents paid for him to take driver's ed. By the start of 11th grade, he was already driving himself to and from school. Being the only one with a driver's license and a car, he took us everywhere. Sometimes we would go browsing at the stores, and occasionally we would enjoy a movie at the theater. But we were young and broke, so mostly we just hung out at John's house because both of his parents worked during the school hours. One time, while we were hanging out in John's basement, Guy put on one of those ghosts caught on camera videos. That led us to watching a bunch more, and it kept us entertained for a while. We became obsessed with the topic, and that's when John brought up the idea.
Hey, love, how about we go ghost hunting? I've always wanted to try it out.
I actually found the idea exciting, so I said,
Sound fun, Joe.
June, on the other hand, was not so fond of the idea.
Nuh-uh, you guys can count me a guy out. Babe,
come on. And John here, Chingo, by pleasure. I promise you, it'll be fun. Nothing's gonna happen.
Nope, we are not going.
Let's go. Taina.
Guy couldn't convince June, so there we were, just the 3 of us guys at 8 p.m. We were headed out to ghost hunt, just for the fun of it. Guy was in the passenger seat while I sat alone in the back. John had a place in mind for us to visit, Lilydale Road. The entirety of this road runs along the Mississippi River, and it's well known to be haunted. Our plan was to just record the road as John drove, and then we would go back home and review the footage, hoping we captured something. As we were approaching the road, Guy and I turned on our phones and started recording.
Dang, guys. We're the only ones on the road.
The road became narrowed, and it started winding. The tall trees completely blocked the visibility of the night sky, so unless you stepped out of the car and looked directly up, you wouldn't see anything but the overgrowth on both sides of the road.
Yay, Why did you choose this place, John?
Because it's Lilydale. có chỉ bỏ Lilydale lo.
Nah, dude, it's my first time to not a place, not so.
I think it's like one of the most haunted roads in Minnesota.
So, like, how's it haunted?
Well, apparently, there are rumors that you could drive on this road alone. A cop will pull you over and write you a ticket. And then to go try to mutate a ticket, you will then find out that the officer who wrote it,
I jumped in and added,
Yup, whole story. John talked about Goryeo, the most popular one. But I also heard from my brother that some people have also seen ghosts standing on the side of the road. There's a lot of people that have died trying to explore the caves around here.
Oh, done it, Bolo. Have you guys been here before then?
Nope, this is my first time.
Same, here.
I tried to stay alert, but aside from the complete darkness of the road, nothing scary was really happening. We kept driving along the road and eventually, the trees thinned out. We made it to the end where there were lights and signs of civilization again. As soon as we saw another car in sight, John said,
That was kind of lame, to be honest.
I know, right?
Yeah, I thought there a place now to try no.
Should we turn around and drive back one more time? I thought I saw another road back there that we could probably check out.
Guy and I did not oppose the idea. I also agreed that the drive was a bit underwhelming. We turned the car around and headed back in. This time, John turned off the music and we sat in silence. I figured it wouldn't feel less scary since we'd already been down the road once. But as John drove us deeper into the dense woods again, the hairs on my arms slowly stood up. I didn't know why. It wasn't like I was necessarily scared or anything, but something did feel different this time. To shake off the feeling, I tried to break the silence in the car.
Hey John, where's that road that you wanted to check out?
I thought I saw a sign towards the beginning of the road.
Oh, is it where there's that sign and then
Yeah, that one. You saw it too, huh?
Yeah, I saw it.
I didn't get the chance to read the sign earlier, but I think it's worth checking out. We're already here anyways, right?
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Oh look, it's there.
Up ahead, the brown sign appeared in the beam of John's headlights. Guy read the sign.
Oh, it's not just a road, it's a park.
We made a left turn onto the even smaller road, where the sign indicated that the park was. After driving a short distance, we arrived. It was a regional park, so there wasn't much to see. No playground and no bathrooms were expected, but I thought there would at least be some lampposts. There weren't any. We pulled into the dark and empty parking lot. The parking lot was big enough to probably fit 30 to 40 cars, and it was completely surrounded by trees. Guy was the one to bring up the big question.
Are we gonna get out of the car? La, they drive around the parking lot and then leave Sana.
You know what? Now that you mentioned it, I feel like we should get out and walk a little bit. I guess it does kind of defeat the purpose of ghost hunting if we don't get out, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. 다시 고로콩 좋아 5% battery light. You and Ching are gonna have to record.
Yeah, I can record. Chin, you cool with it?
Yeah, I'm cool. We can go.
We parked in the corner, near the park exit. We were able to faintly see two trail entrances, one across the parking lot on the far opposite side. The other one was by us, about 40 feet away. We had no idea where either of them would take us to, but both trails led deeper into the woods. John locked his car and pointed to the nearest trail.
Okay, guys. Let's take this one.
John took the lead while Guy and I walked side by side behind him. We entered the path from the parking lot. It was a short dirt walkway that led us into the woods, and it connected with the actual trail that ran perpendicular to where we were coming from. I was initially pretty stoked and excited until we hit this intersection. I looked up and down the trail. I immediately knew that it was a bad idea to go exploring on this trail. Why? Because it was pitch black. Guy's phone was out by this point. With our 2 remaining phone flashlights, we could only see so far ahead. I knew the dangers of exploring a forest in complete darkness. My dad was an avid hunter, and he always told me that even the slightest mistake can lead to losing your sense of direction. Especially at a haunted place like Lilydale, I didn't want to get lost. John proceeded to make a right turn onto the main trail, but Guy and I literally stopped and refused to follow.
John, it's too dark, dude. I think we should turn back.
Hey, it's fine. We're not even gonna go far enough to get lost anyways. Quit being so scared. 入不久嘞.
Yeah, I don't know, John. I agree with Guy. I don't think it's a good idea.
I half-jokingly added.
We can wait in the cart for you.
Guy and we both simultaneously chuckled at what I said, which seemed to have annoyed John. He obviously knew we couldn't do anything without him handing over the keys.
Yeah. Quit being stupid, scaredy cats.
I looked back one last time at the short path we had taken from the parking lot, trying to mentally prepare myself. The more I thought about it, the less confident I felt about finding our way back if we were to go deeper into the trail. In the end, I decided that it wasn't worth the risk. I turned around and saw John. He was already walking forward, deeper into the trail. Guy was also serious about not wanting to go. The 2 of us, we stayed right at that intersection and did not follow our ballsy friend John. We figured he was brave enough to go alone. We watched his phone flashlight get smaller and smaller as he got further and further away. In a bit of frustration, I exclaimed,
What the heck is wrong with that dude, man? It's so dangerous just going out blindly like that.
I know.
My battery was starting to drain pretty fast too, so I turned off my flashlight. While we stood there and waited for John, I started getting a whiff of something. It smelled garlicky. At that exact moment, my hair started raising again. I looked over to Guy, and he was flaring his nostrils like he was smelling something too. I whispered,
Guy, can you smell that? Các bạn học sinh tình chưa?
Yeah.
Chang!
We heard rapid footsteps coming from where John was at.
Chang, where are you?
We looked, and his flashlight was now growing brighter, jerking up and down. We could tell that he was jogging back. The beam of his flashlight swung side to side, like he was searching for the intersection where we were standing. With our flashlights off, he couldn't see where we were. As soon as I realized this, I turned on my flashlight.
John, over here.
He saw my light and he headed straight back to us.
Run! Run! Something's after us.
I did not wait to find out why John was running. When he said run, I immediately thought he saw a ghost, so I booked it. I was the first one to reach the car. When we all got inside, we drove out of there as fast as we could. On the ride home, Guy was the first one to ask,
John, why did you tell us to run? 個保住啊.
So earlier, I was going down the trail, right? And suddenly, no movement in the bushes. I turned my flashlight over there, and then I heard a... It was like some kind of animal or something.
Wait, that's it? You hella freaking scared us. Like really? That's it?
Probably a reversible. The trail was right next to the river.
That could be it, but whatever it was, it hella scared me.
John took us home that night. The next time we hung out at John's place again was a few days later. We were in the basement, scrubbing through all the videos that we took that night. Frame by frame, we didn't seem to have caught anything on video. There was still one final video on John's phone for us to look at. It was the one that John recorded at the park while walking on the trail. The moment that video started playing, I did not like what I was seeing or hearing.
叫到清白家在角落呢。
Hey, no, seriously. I can't believe Nugent should not be alone than risk getting lost with us. But I mean, that's on him. John, you're recording, right?
Yeah, the camera's rolling. Why?
Cause I wanted to say this. Ching, when you see this video, I want you to know that you're a chicken.
You're so stupid. Oh shoot, what's that noise? Go, run back.
Shoot, I can't see the path.
Chang, where are you?
John, over here.
Run! Something's after us.
In that video, right before I took off running to the car, I could be seen standing alone, all by myself.
No. That's not right. Guy, you were standing with me at that intersection, waiting for John.
John and Guy exchanged looks with each other, both visibly confused.
Wait, what do you mean?
The garlic smell? Remember? I asked if you smelled it, and you said yeah. This was right before John started running back to us. Remember?
Ching. Guy was with me the whole time. We walked down the trail. You were the only one that stayed back.